Breaking news, there is a new wave of global tensions. This is unfolding after Chinese President Xi Jinping and the Russian President have gone on a high-level summit. The Chinese President says something to Putin that is now an imperative to end the fighting. This is the word of the Chinese President to the Russian President. In the Middle East, it's very imperative to end the fighting. But the statement is attracting reactions, attentions globally. People are asking what exactly were the things he reserved and those he didn't say. Because people believed he didn't say all he might wanted to say. According to international reports, the concern is really growing instability, is growing in the Middle East as conflict continues to threaten the regional security, the global oil markets, and even civilian lives. China is increasingly worried that prolonged violence in the region could actually damage the global trade routes and also destabilize the world economy at a time when many nations are already struggling with inflation and economic uncertainty. But Xi publicly called for peace in the Middle East. Many observers immediately noticed his silence regarding the war in Ukraine. That means he only talked about peace in the Middle East. He didn't really say much about the ongoing war between Ukraine and Russia. And since Russia to Ukraine war began, China has tried to position itself as very neutral while maintaining strong diplomatic and economic ties with Russia. Beijing has reportedly called for dialogue and negotiations, but it has avoided direct condemning Moscow, the military actions of Moscow on Ukraine. Critics argue that China cannot call for a peace in one conflict while remaining cautious and even vague about another major war that has already thousands and even displaced millions. Because since this Russia to Ukraine war started, a lot of families have left their homes, running into faraway countries to find peace and shelter. Supporters of China says China is trying to prevent another major regional war from spreading out of control, especially in the Middle East. China doesn't want to, fix itself into this war. These tensions are going up on, and it can quickly affect the global supplies and even international shipping routes. China depends heavily on Middle East oil exports and imports. So how do you think they can put themselves into this tight space when they know that export from Iran could be seized if China puts itself in the middle and it's looking as if you're siding for United States, meaning that any escalation could directly affect its economy. Just what I said. If China tries to side or make it openly for Iranians to notice they are siding or taking sides with the United States, the economy could be affected, and that is what they are not even looking for. By speaking carefully on the Middle East while avoiding direct criticism of Russia, China may be trying to balance two goals, which is presenting itself as a global peacemaker while also protecting its strategic alliance with Moscow. Meanwhile, President Vladimir Putin continues facing intense international pressure over the ongoing war in Ukraine. Western nations have imposed sanctions, increased military support for Kyiv, and even repeatedly accused Russia of prolonged conflict. Now, the global attention is shifting towards whether China will eventually take a stronger position because many leaders of the world believe Beijing has significant influence over Moscow. Some analysts argue that if China takes sides or pressure Russia for peace, it could actually reshape the direction of the Ukrainian war with Russia. But so far, China appears unwilling to damage its relationship with Kremlin. I'm going to keep you updated. Kindly subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for more news.